Hello everybody, Sniping is Fun here, and I welcome you all back to my next video in my RWBY Theories, Speculation, and Prediction series of videos. I know it's been a while since I've done the last one. I've just been kind of busy lately with my work schedule and whatnot. I haven't really had time to really do a whole lot of videos lately, but I had the want and desire to get back to my RWBY Theories and Speculations as well as my other YouTube videos. And I am doing that right here, right now with another one. And this one and the next three are the next major ones I have in my series of these speculation, theories, and prediction type videos for Volume 4 and beyond the RWBY. And then I have to start thinking about some more. I do kind of have some other ideas in my head, but these next four were part of the last four I did like 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry I haven't done them any quicker to basically the last ones, but just wanted to let you guys know here, this video, this theory, speculation, and the next three are the next major ones, and I'm going to take a small little break trying to think of some more before I jump back into them. But this one also details with what I did the last one like a couple weeks ago, my first theory, speculation, that when I did the last ones a couple weeks ago, with the character Neo. Like I said, I did basically why is Neo mute, and I gave my ideas for that when I did that video. And then Rooster Teeth came out and basically said that supposedly they didn't have a voice actor for her, or something happened, and that's the reason why they made her mute. But they always could retcon that and make it a reason why she's mute anyways to deal with the story. So that's the whole point of that. And we probably could see that later on down the line with Neo. If there's a reason why she can't speak, like if they're going to retcon something into the reason why she can't speak because they kind of rushed her into the story like in Volume 2 and whatnot. Like, they kind of gave the reason, like, shortly after I did that video. It's kind of weird, or maybe shortly before, I have no idea. It was around that time when they had their little panel RTX type stuff or whatever, some questionnaire type thing at the time. Okay, but before we get off track here, I want to do this next theory speculation for RWBY. And my next one is going to be the question I want to ask all of you: why does Neo work with Torchwick? Now, This theory is actually kind of like a very off-the-wall one, like some of the other ones were. It could lead to nothing. It could be me looking too deep into something that probably means jack squat. But I want, like I said before, some of these theories and speculations have been talked about by other people. Some of them haven't. Some of them are major theories, predictions, speculations. Some of them really aren't. This is kind of in that second category. But I felt the need to want to talk about this one because this might actually mean something later on. Like, the generic answer could be that she's just some hired, pawn to work for Torchwick, who is one of his right-hand lady soldier, and basically that's the gist of it, and that's all you really need to go by and make it a generic answer, and you probably don't need to go any further than that. But it seems like there's actually some sort of connection between Neo and Torchwick, because like while she worked with Cinder's group, especially in the tournament type thing, in Volume 3, like on their team, she was in disguise as their fourth teammate. She seems to have more of an affiliation, more of a closer connection to, Torchwick himself. Like, she works with Cinder and her group before, but she's been there since Volume 2 as an assistant to Neo, to Torchwick. Neo has been an assistant to Torchwick. Now, the generic answer is she's basically just like some hired thug, pawn, soldier, like that he felt the need to hire to do it. And that would be simple enough if it weren't for the fact that it seems like, at least with Volume 3, when Neo was sent flying off the ship by RWBY with her umbrella, essentially becoming Mary Poppins, he was more emotional that she would, like, what happened to her, where she was sent off. Even if she was like the super hired strong thug for him, like his right hand lady, he probably wouldn't have been that emotional unless there's some sort of connection between Neo and Torchwick. Like, he would be pissed off that he lost this person and had to fight RWBY on his own and the Volume 3 on top of that ship. But him screaming out Neo, even though it wasn't really a scream so much, but being like, he kind of felt like her being sent off shows, in my opinion, that there actually is something to their relationship. And no, I'm not talking about all the bunch of fan art that all the fans are coming up with about them being like lovers or being like this very close connection that people do in their comics and fan art type stuff. Although that could very well be a thing. I'm not totally denying that, but we don't know if that's canon or not, because all that's been is fan speculation, fan predictions, fan, you know, fiction type stuff, fan fiction, for RWBY, to actually like how closely we see connected them. Because in the actual show, we've never seen them super close besides her being around him. My opinion is I do think they might have known each other when they were younger, or so. Like maybe they probably could have grew up together. First and foremost, is a theory that I could pretty much think of. Like maybe, like he knew her, she knew him, and he maybe looked out for her. Maybe it was like that's a first and foremost a theory that they could basically go by. I can go by, like on why she works for him is because she's closely connected to him as like a childhood friend or some younger friend, and maybe in that like friend childhood wise, or maybe he helped her out at some point in life, and she just feels dedicated to helping him regardless of good or bad or stuff. That's the simplest answer in terms of speculation for a theory on that. And I know this video is going to be pretty much bland and not really super in-depth, like some of my other speculations have been, and I'm sorry for that, but it's like, there's certain topics I really want to talk about, and I really did feel like wanting to talk about, just like, why is Neo mute? Why does Neo work with Torchwick? And like, that's a topic I personally want to talk about, and I don't know if I've ever seen really people talk about this. I mean, I've seen people talk about, like, Ozpin connected to the Wizard, and, like, about Ironwood's injuries, and who Salem is, and about Pyrrha, and about Penny, and about, Cinder, and all these other different, like, theories and speculations, some of which I've talked about. But this one I haven't really seen talked about much. But like I said, it's either A, there's no connection at all, she's just like some hired thug, right-hand, like soldier for him, which is the simplest answer, but it seems like they are closer connected than just that, because she seems to be mostly with him. While she has helped Cinder's group, obviously Torchwick's working with them. He's under Cinder and under Salem and all that stuff. So obviously she, since she's working for Torchwick, would have to work for them anyways. B, they know each other from some past childhood experience or some sort of, like, during their life, either they're childhood friends, or he helped her out, maybe which could be detailing with her voice, maybe because he thought of her as, like, she needed help or so, and she couldn't really take care of herself or something like that. Like, obviously, you don't necessarily have to give villains sympathetic backstories and stuff like that, but sometimes, like, these two characters, I could potentially really see that in. Especially, and I know probably we might not see Torchwick ever again. Maybe he did really die. I did talk about that, if he died or not, but we never really seen on screen his death. But if his death impacts her in any way, shape, or form that's like super emotional, then there's some sort of connection between them. Because I don't know. Like I said, this speculation's very, very out there, very random. And I'm sorry for that, but that's basically it. This is one speculation that I'm not fully ideal on. Either they have known each other since they were younger, and maybe they were either friends, or he helped her out at some point, and she feels dedicated to him, or she's just some hired assassin warrior for him. But I think there's something beyond that. And if it wasn't something beyond that, at first, technically Rooster Teeth could really go in detail with that on some point in time later on down the line. So, that's about it. Now, that's my question to all of you. Why do you think Neo worked for Torchwick? What kind of connection do you think Neo had with Torchwick? Was there anything out there besides just, a work ethic that she just worked for him? Or do you think there was some sort of like lover, friendship type, or relationship there that we either obviously wasn't fully in detail yet, but Rooster Teeth could always add on later and retcon something in? Or it was some sort of connection between them. Why do you guys think Neo worked for Torchwick, and why she was so connected to Torchwick? Because, in my eyes, there has to be something there. And doesn't always have to be, because sometimes I think, not just for RWBY, but anything, like when fans speculate on a story or some sort of work of fiction, sometimes they can go further than what even the original creators thought. Maybe the original creators never intended for anything to really be major here. He died, and she just was like a hired gun for him. That could have been simple for Rooster Teeth, but fans might go too far. But like I said, as a fan, I think there's something there that's connection-wise why, they were working together in the first place. Because she seems more connected to him than she seemed connected to, Salem and Cinder's group. That's it. My name is Snipers Fun. Put in the comment section what you guys think. We could discuss it there. Why do you think Neo worked for Torchwick? Is there some sort of connection there, or are fans just over-speculating on it as fan fiction? We discuss it there. My name is Snipers Fun. Like I mentioned, peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day, and stay tuned for the next RWBY Theories, Speculation, and Prediction series of videos. See you all later.